freshman defenseman for Boston College. He's back to cycle around. That first line was on the ice when the penalty was called, so second power play unit starts for BC. Will Vogt comes in along the wall, behind for Radivojevic, and it's a good play by Caswell to break it up. Caswell trying to come in short-handed. A save by Cloutier.
Their penalty kill is 100%. And this is just speed, and really it's desperation right there to try and hold him off.
I think that arm kind of gets around. Through Fortescue, leaves it behind for Lucas Gustafsson. And the Eagles patiently through center. Teddy Stiga is pushed off. And Caswell knocked back by Higgins. Here is Harris trying to push forward, got the shot through, and it ends up nicking wide of Cloutier. Here is Eric Polkamp. Started his career at Bemidji State, his second year now with Denver. Carl said, such an inquisitive guy, loves to talk hockey, and just wants to win so badly, it's infectious. This is turned over. Gasso in, Gasso is stopped by Miller. Andre Gasso, one of 6 Boston Bruins draft picks on this Boston College roster this year. Gustafsson holding. And a scoreless tie early between BC and Denver, and that's a good play on the line by James Reed
to negate the speed of both these teams.
How much does it throw off the early part of the game where all of a sudden you're dealing with power play and 4-on-4 before everybody's gotten a shift in the early going?
It takes a while for the guys who aren't on specialty teams to get into the game, that's for sure.
Stiga got knocked off, and Denver will start out of the zone. Radivojevic pushed off by Sam Harris, a Montreal Canadiens draft pick. Tons of draft picks in the game tonight, as is the theme when these two teams get together.
There is a difference between both teams right now. BC's trying to make plays through the neutral zone, and all Denver wants to do is get it through the neutral zone as quick as possible into their end.
Reeder spins, and plays one behind. Teddy Stiga picks it up for Boston College. Saucers 1-7. Hit off the back of Ryan Conmey, and it's a freshman who played in the WHL last year, one of the new wrinkles in college hockey this year. Of course, you know it. You've heard it all month if you've been following college hockey. Major junior guys eligible for the first time to play.
But even more so now that all the best players are going to be playing college hockey.
And a lot of guys chose that path, and getting to play against older guys and getting to develop. Sondriel keeps that in on the line. Centers up. Letourneau is stopped by Milk. Kept it 1-0.
It could be 2-3-0, maybe even 4.
Polkamp, it's 1-1 now as Polkamp with a dart from the outside. Just put this in the Louvre.
No.
My goodness.
Goes to the center D, sets up the one-timer. I mean, that's elite. But that's a set play, too.
So aware of not just the third guy coming in, but the fourth and the fifth guy coming in when you play Denver.
Well, when you think about it, it's probably going to be Polkamp coming in as 4 or 5.
Yeah.
If not leading it, he was forechecking earlier in the period.
Denver's starting to get their legs under them as James Reeder pushes it towards the net. Cloutier will control it and lift the playoffs.
Right. Plus the NCAA tournament. So that's a pretty
That's turned over right off the faceoff. Oh boy, there was a chance in front of the net from James Reeder, and Cloutier has had to absorb some more pressure here as this period has gone on. It's turned over to Lucas Gustafsson. The Eagles trying to bring it out to center. Sondriel pushed it forward. Now Will Moore off a turnover. Will Vogt comes in. Here is Letourneau. Dean waits, tried to get a shot through. Polkamp did a nice job to get his stick in the way. And Letourneau could only kind of push it towards the net, but didn't get everything on it. Berger starts behind for Denver. Threw that in a dangerous area, but Reeder did a nice job to bring it out to the neutral zone. Dick. Gustafsson plays it around. Anyway, on Epperson, he played 2 years for the National Team Development Program and then decided last year to go into the OHL. Again, there were some signs, and then now, of course, the major junior guys eligible to play college hockey. Epperson, who is part of the summer showcase in preparation for the World Junior team, which Greg Brown is going to be an assistant coach on for Bob Motzko this year for the United States.
There are so many paths to get to college hockey now, which is great for college hockey.
Bobbling puck. Vogt couldn't keep it down.
It keeps more of the best players in the mix. And college hockey is going to be the benefit of it.
Sondriel, he scored!
Boston College has to kill this off and get back to doing what they were doing. If they stick with their game plan, I think Miller will break.
Denver 2 for 11 on their power play to start the season. Last year they were 29% which was third best nationally. A lot of their forwards changed out, so power play is definitely a spot where we'll see some different looks for Denver. Harris plays it down low, rolled off a stick, then the follow-up chance by Reeder. And Lucas Gustafsson can't quite clear the line. Good effort there by Harris.
To one of his teammates. Here you're going to see right here. Again, Boston College winning races to lose pucks right now is really important. But right here, he's got it on his back, and he needs to share that puck to one of his teammates who can help him get it out.
Feeling of the way this team wants to play.
And that's exactly my point. Thank you for making it for me.
This will be icing waved off. Back to get it. Good pressure by Harris. Did an excellent job to take it away, but Cloutier
kind of had his arm around it. So probably looking for clarification.
Face off when Harris kick saved by Cloutier. Comes down to center. Resendez, but Rose and Salmonen at 5:02 of the second period. And Denver has a 3-2 lead here early in the second. Higgins coming through center. Kind of bounced nicely off the wall. Stego was trying to leave it for Ryan Conmey, but Denver got to it. And they have numbers as they break out as the Eagles were changing. Here comes Polkamp, but Quentin Miller's certainly done a good job replacing him so far, along with Paxton Geisel, who's played 2 games. That's turned over. Harris follows up, and he scores. That's just effort from Sam Harris. And he...
Not much that Cloutier can do on this. Just a mishandle because he felt the pressure from Harris.
It's a freshman that Harris takes advantage of defensively and just wills his way to that puck. That is an awesome play by Sam Harris, and he takes advantage, and Denver has scored 2 in short order here. 2 goals in 1 minute and 36 seconds. And the Pios have a 4-2 lead, and now a rolling puck. Good pressure again by Denver, and Sam Harris is once again the one who puts it on against Lucas Gustafsson. He is everywhere right now. Number 12 in the red sweater helps force a turnover once again right there before it's pushed back quickly by Boston College. 4 different goal scorers tonight for Denver. Harris, that last one. And it feels like everything's coming in short order. Quick answer for Denver in the first, quick answer by BC late in the first, and now Denver 2 in less than 2 minutes. And the Eagles answer. Resendez trying to wrap around Ashcroft, turns a shot. It's defended well by Miller. Knocked out to center ice by Denver with 12:23 remaining in the second. Program certainly saw that on the last couple of seasons. That year for Fowler, I know it didn't end in the trophies that the Eagles would have wanted, but I mean that's basically the best season at goal a full-time starting goalie has ever had in the history of Hockey East. It was that good numbers-wise. Turned over. Here's Reeder. Comes center. Toe dragging a shot missed high. Follow-up from Harris. He's back on it once again for Denver. And he cycles around. Comes from the outside. The Captain Anderson shot got deflected to the near wall. Vojevic again picks it up for BC. 9:38 remaining over the halfway part of the hockey game. And a 4-2 lead for Denver as Higgins comes in. Moves to center. Pushed off really well. 4-2 lead for Denver on second period goals from Jamison and Harris. This is Sondrial, the Eagles' third line, which has been their best tonight. Letourneau has to come all the way through against Jamison. Comes out for Radivojevic. Hits Letourneau once more, turning and firing a shot. And it did not get through thanks to the play of the Denver Captain Anderson. It back in. Revolt trying to put some pressure on, but it's Harris. Had it for the moment. Fortescue right there for Boston College. Gustafsson, a little shimmy to get into the zone. Flips it for Letourneau to go get it. Center for the moment, and now Higgins. Certainly continued ever since that last one, as you talk about, from McMorrow.
Just under the bar. Great shot.
And it speaks to, as we've talked about, more and more talent, high-end talent, continuing to come in, more and more draft picks into college hockey. for Sondriel off the wall from Letourneau. Was a bit out in front of him. And to your point, and in fact, it's actually, we've seen a couple of rushes that have ended in offsides, maybe. But what Greg Brown talked about with us this week, right? It's not you're looking for the third guy, you're looking for the fourth.
Hey, you have to build through the draft. You can't just do it through free agency. You've got to build. But that just shows you how important college hockey is. And it's a great development model where they practice 4 times.
There's a nice move. Harris just couldn't quite finish it. He's still on the puck, though. He was just in enough to force him behind the net. First line's been good for Denver today, though it comes out here with 1:39 to go. Resendez putting some pressure on. So the Eagles changed one guy off, and Reeder comes back for Denver. Pass goes across Harris on a one-timer. It was a rolling puck, so it ends up high of the net.
The college model is perfect for elite development. We practice 4 times a week.
Who played the first 2 years of his career with UConn before transferring to Denver last year. Had a nice season, 10 goals, 24 points for the Pios. That's whacked out of the air. Comes off to the near side. Hagen's waiting, spins away from Caswell. Ryan Conmay, the UNH transfer, behind the net. It's Hagen's once more. Eagles starting to dig some pucks out. Fortescue straight on, saved by Miller. He's up for Radovojevic, and now Fortescue once more. Over for James Hagen's near side, turns the shot. That may have got deflected on the way through, and it hops behind the net.
Those shots from the point, BC's got to get in Miller's eyes.
And that was a better job that time. Sam Harris coming down the wall, and the Eagles bump him enough to not let him get that straight line that we've seen so much. Excellent game from Harris today. Reeder comes back for Denver. Pass across looking for Harris. Comes off the wall. He's got it once more. Fluttering ball for Ascroft, who moves in. And Resendez gets a block. Harris got it once more. And now Reeder, who's upended in a pass. That's a little unfair because we talked about it a lot the last few years. But the thing of the Eagles' run the last 2 seasons, maybe the most underrated thing, was just they had an absolute lockdown penalty kill. Whenever they needed it, obviously that starts with Jacob Fowler being as good as he was, but I mean, it's been 90% for 2+ seasons now.
I think it has to do, you mentioned the goaltending, but I think it has to do with their penalty kill forecheck. I mean, they make it very difficult to carry it into the zone with possession.
Denver finally got set up for the moment, but the Eagles do clear.
And whenever a penalty kill forecheck forces the other team to dump, that's a win for the penalty kill forecheck, because you should be able to get back there and get the puck going out as soon as possible.
So 16 seconds remaining on the penalty time. The Eagles have done a nice job. We'll see if there's one more setup here for Denver.
There's their forecheck again.
Top group out there. Brown comes in. Gustafson pushes him into the wall. Brown still manages to get possession back. BC does kill it. So Resendez goes right to the bench. And in a 5-3 game, another kill for Boston.
But it was amazing how he overpowered 2 Boston College players to get to that point in the ice, get that shot off.
Comes out high, Buckberger. His shot got knocked down. Didn't quite secure the puck in the breakout, and now it's Nolan Joyce. Tried to leave it somewhere, ends up with Denver, and Buckberger reaching for it. BC does get back on it. Good work, and Resendez tried to come through. Didn't quite have the handle on it. Eagles were in the midst of a line change there anyway. Howski underneath. Chance of Mr. Brightside as we restart the power play chance for Denver. This is their 4th of the game. BC kill's been very good, though Denver has still managed 6 shots on their power play so far. Berard goes to the ice, and the Eagles do get it to center for the moment. Here comes Polkamp back through. Polkamp's got some room. Tough angle shot. Rebound. 27 remaining in the third. A 5-3 lead.
That's really good officiating right there. Just to basically, hey, just let it play out for Boston College.
Face-off win for Denver. Polkamp waits and shoots. Save Cloutier. Bounced on him twice. Ends up coming down.
That's because it's a well-placed shot. It's a place where the goalie can't control the rebound.
And Polkamp just so dangerous from the outside. He has 7 shot attempts and 5 on goal tonight. He scored the first goal for Denver. First, Letourneau putting some pressure on there. Polkamp does escape it, weaves through, gets Salmon in, was trying to go back for Polkamp. And it And Boston College the chance to clear. 49 seconds remaining on the man advantage.
Successful when it matters most at the end of the game.
And again, you got to eventually learn those lessons and win the game, certainly, but the schedule ends up helping in the long run in terms of, in the pairwise in a past life and now in the NPI as well, which is the new system college hockey will use this year to pick the NCAA tournament. That strength of schedule, your strength of record, your opponent's record, that all factors in to the hockey RPI, which we're now calling the NPI equation.
And you were talking about the fact that losing to a great team is actually more beneficial than beating a team that might not be as strong, which I think is very fair.
Now, the one thing that is a little bit of a factor, and again, it's still early, as Resendez comes back in and flips it behind the net, is, last year Hockey East had so much success in the non-conference, and that helps you, the league as a whole, and it's part of the reason that Hockey East had 6 teams in and so many teams in the conversation all year. They have not quite had that level of success in the first month of the season. That doesn't mean will be basically exactly the same as it was. Maybe there's a team or two different here or there. Is that just missed? It eliminates some of the crazy scenarios, which, into the corner. Brown hacks at it, does manage to get it out. Good work by Denver. 3:10 remaining in the game. Denver leads 6-3. Again, the net empty for Boston College. And now a whistle and a hand pass.